initially trained as a teacher of domestic science, it was called in those days. It's had a few name changes along the way since then.
Yeah.
But I also spent quite a bit of time working for one of the big food manufacturing companies as a home economist. So my job there was to devise recipes that used the company products that could then be put into magazines, recipe books, anything to do with publicity for the product. But I've never lost my love of cooking. I love cooking for myself. I love entertaining people. My favourite form is to have people around the table for dinner. So this lockdown has been quite hard because I haven't been able to have people over for tea and coffee and things like that. So I wrote this little recipe book that was given to our W.I. ladies at Christmas, but on the back of it I did put a little poem. I really do like cooking, the savoury and the sweet, and the end result of cooking is the joy it is to eat. I like to try new recipes, but that's not where it ends, because I like to share ideas and pass them on to friends. I can't invite you to my house to sample what I cook. Some recipes I've done on Zoom, more in this little book. I hope that you will try them to give yourselves a treat, and I hope that next year's better, when once more we all can meet.
Well, this little book is quite nice to look through and just to see your sticky toffee pudding or your pork with noodles or your carrot cake.
Maybe salad weather, but a warm salad. So this is a warm chili chicken and avocado salad. June has to be strawberries, so we made a strawberry tart. In July, a stir fry, a nice light evening meal, pork with noodles. August, the cheesecake. We've got some crushed up biscuits. These are ginger snaps, but you could use digestive biscuits. Chocolate digestives are particularly good, or something like chocolate chip cookies, any kind of biscuits. And just to hold that all together, some melted butter. And these are just crushed up in a bag. Just give them a good bash with a rolling pin. Tip that in and give it a mix. They don't need to be too fine, they can be quite sort of rubbly, which is nice. And then when they're all coated with the melted butter, they're ready to use. And then for the filling itself, we've got some cream cheese. You can use mascarpone if you like. Some melted white chocolate, and melt that and then let it cool down a little bit just so that it's not too hot. Some whipped cream, and I've got some raspberries that I've just pureed. If you prefer them without the seeds, then put it through a sieve, but otherwise just leave it as they are. This one's a no-bake cheesecake. The baked ones do take a little bit longer to do, and you can of course do it in a loose bottom cake tin or in one of the springform tins, but if you don't want to make a big one, if you're only wanting to make 2 or 3 portions, it's quite nice to do them in pretty little glasses or individual dishes like this. So to start off with, we're going to put some of the biscuit crumb mixture into the bottom. And just even that out. Not too much. Right, for the filling. So the cream cheese goes into the bowl first. And just give that a little bit of a mix just to start breaking it down a bit. Just makes it easier for the other ingredients to mix in. And then into that goes the melted chocolate, and it should just be warm. Now this white chocolate is going to have two functions really. It will make the cheesecake sweeter, but it also helps to set the mixture. You might have seen some cheesecake recipes that have gelatin in. This one doesn't need that because the white chocolate will set it. And then the cream. Don't make the cream too thick, it should just be very lightly whipped so that again it's going to fold in quite easily. Just fold it in quite gently because that's going to give a little bit of aeration and lightness to the mixture, so we don't want to knock that air out. Of course, if you wanted to use dark chocolate, you can make a different sort of cheesecake. The white chocolate, you hardly know it's there. And then finally, the raspberry puree. And for this, I'm not going to mix it in totally. I just want to swirl it in, just because I think it makes it look prettier. Sort of raspberry ripple effect. Now you can use other kinds of fruit for this. You could use strawberries, you could use blueberries, you could even use cooked fruit like stewed rhubarb or pears, which I think would go particularly well with the ginger. And when you get it to this stage, we're then ready to spoon it on top of the biscuits. And then to finish it off, you can make some little chocolate curls, which are quite nice. Rather than grating the chocolate, take your vegetable peeler, making sure that the chocolate's just at room temperature. Just draw it across. You get nice little chocolate curls to put on top. And then finally, a couple of whole raspberries, just so that people know what's in it. And if you want to be a little bit more chefy, put in a little sprig of mint leaves. And there you have your raspberry and white chocolate cheesecake. Very quick to make, very summery, but really quite special looking.